Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty interesting show for you guys. We want you guys to stick around for us, so please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, let me get into this topic here. Now, y'all know that Giannis is one of my favorite players in the NBA. Y'all know that. We have a decent amount of Giannis Antetokounmpo fans on this channel. And I think that Giannis is the prototypical NBA superstar, if you're talking about role models, right? Because Giannis, I believe, is playing basketball for the right reasons. He's playing to get better. I believe Giannis Antetokounmpo views the opportunity that he has to play in the NBA as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, right? And Giannis is just one of these guys that's making the most of it. He's one of these players that has really just progressed from the moment he came into the NBA until now. If you look at his career development over his career, it's been absolutely remarkable, to be quite honest with you. His first season in the NBA, when he came into the NBA, he was averaging about 7 points per game his first season, and he bumped his scoring up to 12 points, 17 points, 23 points, 27 points, and from that point forward, he's just averaged no less than 27 points, gotten you double doubles and rebounds. And right now, I think most people will consider Giannis Antetokounmpo to be the best player in the world, period, end of story. Now, a few days ago, Giannis got into an altercation with Montrezl Harrell that Montrezl Harrell absolutely instigated. What happened? He was in the Philadelphia 76ers arena, and it was after a game. He was shooting practice while they were cleaning up the court. Shooting free throws while they were cleaning up the basketball court. Montrezl Harrell was there. Giannis was at one end of the court. Montrezl Harrell, instead of just going to the other court, to the other rim, to do whatever he wanted to do, he decided that he was going to take the ball from Giannis while he was shooting free throws. Then you saw Giannis talking to him like, yo, bro, what's going on? Blah, 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 blah. Montrezl Harrell was now saying, I guess he was saying something to the effect, you can't do that here, get off the court, blah, 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 whatever. Giannis then goes to he goes into the tunnel. He goes and gets some more balls. And then at another point, you see Giannis and his brother, Giannis's brother, Thanasis, having a conversation with Montrezl Harrell, and then there's an audio of Montrezl saying, "I beat you up," whatever. Everybody will beat up everybody, right? Everybody will beat up everybody. So that was said. Then what happened? This morning, was doing some research, and I stumbled upon a clip of Matt Barnes, who you could consider an enforcer, a tough guy during his playing days in the NBA, and he has some very strong words about the situation that occurred between Giannis and Montrezl, and he gave some major insight into some of the hate that Giannis gets from some of his contemporaries. So for those of you who didn't hear what Matt Barnes had to say, we want to play it for you now, and then we're going to come back and react to it. So take a listen to what he had to say here.
I don't mind the Philly energy at all, but I just definitely didn't like this situation. Again, I've seen Kobe do it. I've seen other superstars do it. My question is, would Trez have that energy for LeBron? Would Trez have that same energy for Steph? Would Trev have that same energy for KD? I don't think so. And not that he's afraid of them, but it's just I think he has more respect for those guys. And let's keep it a buck. Giannis is the best player in the world right now. So you're trying to tell me he can't get 20 minutes? Again, they're lucky. All it was a push ladder. And I didn't really like the assistant coach in there, too, with his energy. You go sit down and let the grown men talk. So I didn't like the energy. And that Giannis is going to, Giannis will definitely internalize this and remember this. And he's going to make Philly pay for it in the long run.
It's a hell of a double-double coming Philly's way.
Absolutely. He said I agree. I felt like I didn't really do, outside of pushing the ladder down, I felt like I didn't do it. Like I said, that worker was lucky. All he did was push the ladder down and not him down.
And Giannis is a nice guy, and he's lucky. Giannis is a nice guy. He's from that Shaq lineage. Like if Shaq was really an asshole, it'd be dangerous.
Just imagine if that was Shaq out there shooting free. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. To me, I didn't like the energy. But I just didn't like that energy. There's a full court. Trez, you want to get your shots up, bro? Knock your shots down. But don't with Giannis's quick little 15, 20-minute routine to get some extra free throws up. I thought it was weak.
So you heard what Matt Barnes had to say. Giannis is in a very, very unique position. Why? The people that acknowledge Giannis's greatness are media members in some cases and the NBA fans. NBA fans love Giannis. They really do. From all walks of life, it doesn't matter who you are. Everybody seems to love Giannis because he's playing the game for the right reason. He doesn't flaunt his success in your face. He seems like a very simple guy. He's up there cracking jokes or eating food. He's a very simple guy, right? He's not a type of person that will get on somebody's nerves. And he's a guy that stayed in a small market in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, that helped deliver a championship to that team. And I believe a lot of NBA players respect that, where they're like, a guy stayed in this small market instead of running to the bigger markets to try to go win, or teaming up, buddying up. I think NBA fans truly appreciate that about Giannis. However, there's another group that seems to have an issue with Giannis, and that is current and former NBA players. You see, NBA players, they absolutely have an issue with Giannis Antetokounmpo because the scrutiny that Giannis gets is unlike the scrutiny any other player has gotten. For example, a lot of these guys like to say that Giannis is not skilled, right? He can't shoot fadeaways and all of this, forgetting that Giannis is actually a power forward, and in some cases, he can play the center. They are mischaracterizing him. They're looking at him as if he's like a Kobe or like a 2 or a 3. Giannis is not a 3. He's a 4 or a 5. And for all of the lack of skill that Giannis has, he dominates. He dominates. And when Shaq was playing in the NBA, no one was questioning his skill level. They were talking about how dominant he was. But when it comes to Giannis, they want to talk about his skill level. You see it from players like Charles Oakley. You see it from players like Gilbert Arenas. You see it from players, is it Richard Jefferson? No, Andre Iguodala. You see it from players like James Harden. There's so many players that feel comfortable with disrespecting Giannis. That's what they feel like. And I think that in the case of him and Montrezl Harrell, I think Matt Barnes brought up a good point. We posted it on our channel. We were like, some people were like, it's disrespectful. I'm like, you're a clown fool. I saw Kobe shooting jump shots in the Miami Heat arena when he lost the game. What are you talking about? How's it disrespectful to who? Do you own the court? Are they playing a game? There are many players that have done that. But when it came Giannis's turn, all of a sudden people want to flex and start talking about, oh, what's disrespectful, this and this and this. And to be honest with you, what Montrezl Harrell did made him look like a bozo to actual tough guys inside and outside the NBA. Because real tough guys are looking at him like, yo, you want to go flex in the NBA? You about it in the NBA? Really? That's where you're going to show us your muscles and flex on us? Really? A lot of guys ain't going for that. So he looked like an absolute bozo in that situation. And I think it gives even more credence to this sentiment out there that a lot of people feel when they talk about the disrespect Giannis gets from his contemporary. I think all of these guys are jealous, to be honest with you. I think they're jealous. Instead of hating on him, why don't you try to emulate his work ethic? Why don't you take the game as seriously as he does? Instead of worrying about how skilled he is, why don't you focus on you getting a championship? A lot of these jokers talking about Giannis, some of them don't even have rings. That's the joke of it all. Half of them will never have the career that Giannis will have, but meanwhile, they still got all of these things to say about him. That's the joke of it. I think these guys are just a bunch of haters. I think they're a bunch of haters, and I think Montrez was trying to... You think Giannis, one of the faces of the NBA, is going to get into a physical altercation with Montrezl Harrell to prove a point to what? Giannis is going to bring himself down to that point, to stoop to the level of scuffling with Montrezl. Who loses in that situation? Giannis. Who loses? Giannis. So I'm very happy that Matt Barnes said it. I'm very, very happy that Matt Barnes said it, because it seems like Matt Barnes is seeing the nonsense. And that's why he said, you wouldn't try that with Kobe. You wouldn't try that with LeBron. You wouldn't try that with Kawhi. You wouldn't try that with Kevin Durant. But with Giannis, you want to try it. Man, please. Shout out to Matt Barnes for putting out that point. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about what he had to say? What do you think about what he had to say? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you all on the next show. Peace.